Hey Gemini, welcome to your relationship check-in reading. If there's somebody that you're dealing with or somebody on your mind, hopefully this reading will give you a little bit of clarity on what's going on between the two of you. So we're going to jump right in and start by pulling a couple of oracle cards to see what energy is surrounding this reading for you. And the first card that we have out for you is the Siren, alluring, seductive, enticing, mysterious, threatening, vindictive, or rebellious. Let's pull another and see what other energies are surrounding my Gemini collective. And we have passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, or having fun. So we are starting off with a lot of very passionate energy that's happening between the two of you. It feels like there is a fair amount of chemistry, that there is a lot of attraction that's happening here. It feels like a very playful, flirty type of energy. So once we get into the tarot, we'll see a little bit about how long you may have been involved in this. But right now, it feels like it's not something that has been like a super long-term relationship, like you all have been together for years and years and years. It almost feels like this is someone that you've kind of crossed paths with relatively recently. And it's like both of you looked at each other like, oh, well, hey now, hey. So if nothing else, there is a lot of fire and a lot of passion and a lot of attracted energy between the two of you. So let's jump into some tarot and see what other messages we get. So starting out first, we're going to take a look at the role that this other person plays in your life. Like, why are they here? And we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So the Five of Pentacles, when it's upright, is about sort of feeling shut out, feeling left out. There's a sense of lack that's going on. And having it in reverse, it almost feels as though this person is here to tell you or show to you in some way, shape, or form that you are wanted, that you are valuable, that you are attractive. So there may have been a time, especially when it comes to your relationships, where, you may not have felt particularly valued, or you may have been single and looking to mingle, but not really finding what it is that you wanted. And, maybe had this sense, well, maybe I'm not attractive enough. Maybe I'm not cute enough. And it feels like this person is like, no, you are. You absolutely are. And we have that clarified by the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is really about partnership. It's about working together. And it's not necessarily always a romantic type of card, but it does show like this very, very strong bond and commitment towards working with someone else. Now, how this person's energy impacts you, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. And so I kind of like where this reading is going, because the Four of Swords, when it's upright, is a card of rest. It can be a little bit stagnant, but it's also, you sort of taking the time to go inward. It's not a lot of activity or action that's happening. It's very restful. It's relatively peaceful, only because there's nothing happening. And so having this Four of Swords in reverse, it almost feels like this person is here to wake you up. And we have that clarified by the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is a card of sort of crying over spilled milk, like sort of looking at what you don't have as opposed to what's right in front of you. So it almost feels as though this person is a wake-up call for you. That's like, okay, yeah, so the other ones didn't work out. There were some disappointments that you may have had from time to time, but look at what's right in front of you right here, right now. Like, don't spend so much time dwelling on the past, because your present and your future may very well be standing right in front of you. And from the looks of it, it seems like your present and your future find you absolutely fascinating. They find you attractive. They find you like just everything. They are so intrigued by you that it's like, hey, we do not want to let that go. Now, your strengths as a team we have the Queen of Wands, and we also have the Eight of Swords. So what this is saying to me, because the Queen of Wands is a very passionate and fiery energy, right? And so we've already seen that that's what's between the two of you. The oracle cards that came out first is, all about enticing and being mysterious and lots of chemistry. So there is that passionate bond between the two of you. And I think that it also, this partnership that you all have, forces you to get out of your own way with the Eight of Swords. This is sort of being willfully trapped in a situation or a mindset. And so I think that this person, again, has come along to kind of shake things up a little bit. And it's like, get out of your own way, because there's something wonderful that's standing here for you, and you may not see it because of past trauma, because of baggage that you might be carrying with you. So together, I think that you will be able to come out of that space. Now, as far as challenges that you all might face as a team, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. And so I do think that one of the big things, and I feel like this may be more on your side, Gemini, that you are very reluctant to sort of pin your happiness on someone else. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Because we always hear that happiness should come from the inside. But if we're being completely honest about the world and the way it works, that sometimes external factors and people outside of ourselves do have the ability to sometimes impact our feelings, right? And so I think that there's a little bit of nervousness on your side. It's like you don't want to get excited because you don't want things to go south. And so that might be a little bit of a challenge. And we also have the Two of Wands to clarify. So the Two of Wands is sort of an inflection point, right? It's a decision that needs to be made about whether you sort of stay put, stay where you are, or whether or not you take a chance to get out and explore what the world has to offer. It's like, okay, do I stay where I'm maybe not necessarily the happiest, but I'm comfortable because I know what I'm dealing with? Or do I take a chance and venture out into the unknown? So I think that those are going to be the biggest challenges between the two of you, is figuring out if you can get out of your own way. Now, an underlying issue that you have as a partnership, as a team, we have the Knight of Cups. So I do think that in this particular situation, there's one person that's maybe moving a little bit faster than the other. Maybe there's one person that's more invested. And Gemini, I think that this is the other person because of the reluctance that you have, because of the hesitation. And we have Justice in reverse. So I think, again, Gemini, there might be a need for a little bit of self-work, because it's almost as if you are still waiting for some resolution to come out of these past situations. And the other person is kind of looking at you like, but baby, I want you. And you're like, yeah, but I remember when such and such. And the other person's like, but I didn't have anything to do with that. Like, that wasn't me. And so it's almost like they're offering you their cup of love, or they want to, but you're not quite allowing it just yet. So how to communicate with them? How do we resolve this little bit of an impasse that we have? We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Two of Pentacles is about sort of juggling. It's about finding some sort of balance, having things be a bit equal. And what I'm feeling for you in terms of communication, this is going to be a situation that I think you don't feel particularly balanced in having this dialogue, that it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's going to throw you off center. But, being honest and sort of expressing your feelings is going to be important. And we have that clarified by the Ten of Swords. So I know that there's, this sort of belief that you shouldn't express to someone things that you've been through in the past or how they've affected you. But I think in this particular case, Gemini, without giving away all of the details, because this does feel fairly fresh, I think it might be important for you to sort of step out of your comfort zone and just be direct and be like, you know what, listen, I enjoy you, I like you, I'm attracted to you, I've been through some stuff, so I need to slow walk a little bit. So it feels like there's that balance of showing interest, but also making sure that you protect yourself and giving this other person the opportunity to protect your heart and your emotions as well. So uncomfortable, yes. Necessary, I think so, because this feels like a good person. It really does. And it feels like there's a lot of interest. It feels like they have really come into your life to give you a different perspective. So being upfront with them, I think, is going to be important if you want this relationship to progress. So 2 more messages that we have from Spirit for you. We have trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. And we also have purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. And so I think that these 2 cards are highlighting a couple of things that would be good for you to focus on going forward. Really trusting yourself first and foremost, because you've already been through these situations. I think that you know what it is that you need to look for. You know what the warning signs are going to be if this person decides to lose their mind and start acting out of pocket, which I'm not feeling in this reading. But I think that, consciously demonstrating love, or at least the beginnings of possible love, is going to take you being very, very conscientious and letting them know what your needs are as you move forward. So taking your time, getting to know each other, on a sort of non-chemistry type of level is something that you might need to articulate to them, just so they can be respectful of where you are and what you envision going forward. At the same time, again, letting them know that, yes, you are interested and, you want to see where this goes, but you need to go at a pace that's comfortable for you. So that's what I got for my Gemini collective. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next one.